Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Thank you, viewers. I want to appreciate everyone that's taken out time to watch my videos. It is important that we learn together. And those that are giving me feedback, I want to appreciate everyone. And those that are taking out time, like the Berean, who took out time to search scriptures on what has been taught. I also want to appreciate everyone. Like I keep telling people that care to listen, that the Bible I use is Sefer. We have scriptures and hallelujah scriptures for them to verify the truth being taught. On this day, I bring you greetings from the Most High, our Creator, Yahweh, and from His Son, YAHUSHA. Shalom, brothers and sisters. I want to be talking on the concept of rapture, as many would teach. The word rapture is not in scripture. The word rapture cannot be found in scripture. The word rapture is man-made. It's created by man. What we could find in scripture is the second coming of the Son of Yahweh, YAHUSHA. Many teach that there is rapture before the second coming. Many teach that there is rapture before tribulation and before the second coming. But I'm going to be dwelling on scripture to unveil the truth to everyone that cares to listen. For us to have a deep understanding of it, let us go to Matthew chapter 24. In that verse of scripture, YAHUSHA was speaking then before his exit from the earth. Verse 1 of it says, "And YAHUSHA went out and departed from the temple, and his Talmidim," the word Talmidim means disciples, "and his Talmidim came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple." Verse 2, "And YAHUSHA said unto them, See ye not all these things? Amen, I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be brought down." In other words, he was telling them that the temples will be brought down. In other words, he was saying that this temple that they are seeing now, the buildings of the temples that they are seeing now will be destroyed. Because Yahweh will no more dwell in the temples. Yahweh will dwell in us, in human. Verse 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the Talmidim," in other words, the disciples, "came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be? When shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of your coming?" The sign of your coming. What the disciples asked for was the sign of his coming, not the sign of rapture, and of the end of the world. In other words, they asked two basic questions in that verse 3. They asked YAHUSHA, what will be the sign of your coming? And what will be the sign of the end of the world? These were the questions So there's nowhere in scriptures you will see questions of rapture. It's not anywhere in scripture. And there's nowhere in scripture, just as you could see now, that the disciples were asking for the sign of his coming. There was nowhere in scripture in which the disciples asked YAHUSHA the sign of rapture, because there's nothing like rapture. Rapture is man-made. Let's go further. And YAHUSHA, verse 4 now, and YAHUSHA answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceives you. He knew that men were going to form a doctrine for themselves. He knew that men was going to coin things to suit their theology. That was why he warned us ahead of time. He warned his people ahead of time, telling them that they should be careful so that man will not deceive them. Now let's go further. Verse 5. He said, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Messiah. In other words, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many. Many shall come in his name. Many shall come in his name, and saying that they are the Messiah. Let's go further. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. In other words, when you hear of rumors of war, when you hear of wars, don't be troubled. When all these things come to pass, the end has not yet come. That was what he was saying. He went further to explain. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, hunger, and pestilent diseases, like you could see of COVID and the rest, and earthquakes in diverse places, like we see these days. Say, all these are the beginning of sorrows. When you see these things, they are the beginning of sorrows. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many, like we could see these days. Verse 12. And because the transgression of the Torah shall abound, in other words, people shall begin to say the law does not matter anymore. The Torah does not matter anymore. The 10 Commandments is old and is faded away. Like you could see many say these days. And the love of many shall wax cold. Their love, no more genuine love anymore. Their love shall wax cold. Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Only those that endure these things he has mentioned, shall be saved. Only those that endure these things shall be saved. I'm going to end this part 1 in this place right now. We'll continue from verse 14 when we come to part 2. We are going to continue from verse 14 so that we'll take it step by step and understand it deeply. So far, so good. We could see that what was asked for was the sign of his coming and the sign of the end of the world. The sign of his coming and the sign of the end of the world. There was nothing like rapture. And in scripture, there is nothing like rapture. Shalom, brothers. Shalom, sisters.